Hi everyone, welcome back to my microbakery. Today we are going through all the stuff I do to set up my farm stand to make it look like this every single Sunday. If you are new here or you just found me, welcome. I'm so happy to have you. I run a microbakery called Sour the Bakery, which is newly established, only about 4 months old, and I'm sharing my journey here. So I actually made this farm stand, or I should say me and my boyfriend made this farm stand out of an old TV stand that was on the side of the road. I knew I wanted to open a farm stand, and I was waiting to find something on the side of the road before I did, because all of the farm stands I was looking on like Facebook Marketplace or even retail were so expensive, and something like this is so easy to DIY, so I'm so glad we found this. So this part of the video is on Saturday, and that is my bake day. I believe I still had stuff in the oven at this point, but we just started setting up the canopy and everything the day before, because the farm stand opens at 9 a.m. on Sunday, and it was just too much to do all in the same morning. So we started setting it up on Saturdays instead. This has been a really good routine for us, and I haven't had any issues in the nighttime leaving this out. I do have cameras, but honestly, my neighbors and everyone are very nice in this neighborhood, so I haven't had issues just yet with anyone messing up the stand or anything in the middle of the night. But obviously I take on that risk every time I do this. So you'll see that the farm stand has a roof on it. That was actually some roofing material we got at Home Depot, and we just screwed into the top. I still put the canopy up though, because the sun is super strong in the morning, and whenever the sun hits the products, condensation immediately starts building up in all of the bags, and there's really nothing I can do about it. So at least the canopy helps block it out a little bit. And I just got this new sign from Staples. I'm so happy with it. Before I was just using a white sign with Sharpie, and it was really small. I love this one because it has the QR code, and I decided I'm going to leave this out all of the days of the week, not only my farm stand days. That way whenever people stop by, because I've had that happen, people stop by randomly on a different day or after the farm stand has closed, they can always see this and reference it if they need to. So we also use a table with our setup because I need somewhere to put all of my pre-orders. And we've been having around 10 to 12 pre-orders per week, and it barely fits on this table. This week we had a little bit less, but basically in the future I'm going to need to find out another way to put the pre-orders, because I know at some point they will no longer fit on this table anymore. And I'm also thinking the same with the stand. I might have to upgrade to a larger stand at some point, because sometimes I just have too many baked items and I can't really find a space for them with this one. But I'm going to try to use it for as long as I can. Alright, so everything with our setup is DIY, including this. We put a paint bucket behind the farm stand so it doesn't tip back at any point. If it does, the paint bucket will catch it. If it works, I'm not going to change it. I have some of the things I set up with the stand. I have my Venmo QR code framed, a little extra fan, and then I have more decorations for fall. Although it is now officially fall, it does not feel like it. On my farm stand today, it was 81 degrees out, so it just felt funny to have fall decorations while it's 80 degrees out, but it's okay. Now, I also set up this banner that I also got from Staples. If you run a small business, I highly recommend them. This is not a sponsorship or anything, but they have been so easy to work with and very fast and very affordable. I just really love them. So I usually hang up this banner on the canopy with some strings, and believe it or not, this placement is actually very strategic. As I was saying before, the sun is really strong in the morning, and it comes from, I don't know my directions, but it comes from the right if I'm looking outwards from my house, and it hits right through where the banner is right now. So I just use it as an extra protective layer to shelter my products from. And honestly, it works really well, so I'm happy. I also set up this white shower curtain behind the banner to block out the sun even more. This is something new I've been doing. I'm not sure what is going on, but like no matter what I do, condensation builds up in the bags. So I'm trying everything I can to block out the sun. I also have started microperforating, I don't know how to say the word, but making tiny holes in every single bag to avoid it, but it just doesn't help. And the theme of this video is going to be DIY. I try to use everything I can around the house, or like anything I have laying around, so I don't have to keep buying stuff. It's already expensive to start a business, so I need to save where I can. We finally got the shower curtain up. Now I'm just adding some more fall leaves to the top to make it look nice and pretty. Also, I cover up any of the little strings hanging out with these leaves, so it works out well. And this is everything I set up Saturday night. The rest will go out Sunday morning. So we finally made it to Sunday morning. This is me packing up the pre-orders. I should have done this Saturday night, but I was honestly so exhausted. And pre-orders are like the one thing I don't want to mess up because it's already paid for, obviously. So I'm always really paranoid about packing the wrong thing in someone's order, but it hasn't happened yet, so we'll cross our fingers. And honestly, that's one of the reasons I videotape myself doing the pre-orders, so that, you know, I can always look back if I need to. You know, it's like security footage. So I get these bags off of Amazon. I have the wider ones and then some narrow ones. The smaller narrow ones only fit like one loaf or like a couple cookies or things like that. And I always tie my orders with a little ribbon to make it look nice and cute. We switched to orange since it's fall. I'm trying to be festive, but before it was my business colors, which was like a really nice green. And also I just find that this is easier when I'm bringing out the pre-orders and stuff. They don't open, like the bag won't open or anything like that, and it just stays nice and secure at the stand. So we started our pre-orders about 2 months into opening the farm stand. And I say we because my boyfriend built my entire website and the whole workflow for the pre-orders. So he did all the work there. And it's been working really, really well. I see like the same customers each week place an order. I see new customers each week. So it's just really nice to know that you will have customers that day. Because at first it was kind of just like you were baking anything you thought people would want, and like you would just know how much would sell the day of, you know, at the farm stand. So this lets me kind of understand what people like to see, identify any trends and stuff like that through my orders. I also always encourage people to pre-order because things sell out really fast at the stand. This is a spoiler alert, but this day, Sunday, everything sold out in 15 minutes. I was blown away. This is what all of my orders look like. They look so pretty in these bags with the ribbon. I just love them. Some of these orders had a lot of stuff. They were hefty. And we made it to the stand. So this is something I didn't get to do the day before, which was update my chalkboards. I usually have the menu and then any like information on the left side. I would have preferred to do this the night before, but the sun went down and it was just dark out, so I was like, okay, I'll do it on Sunday. So these doors were just obviously pieces of like plywood that we screwed on, and I actually just painted it with chalkboard paint, and it's been working really well. The only issue I've been seeing is that it's kind of hard to get all the chalk off. You'll see like once it dries you can see like all the marks, like you can see on the left side. It leaves kind of some marks, which I don't love, but it's okay. So next weekend I'm going to Vermont and the farm stand will be closed, so I just add that little note here so everyone knows. And then I also leave another QR code on the bottom right in case anyone hasn't found out about the pre-orders. And then I move on to my menu. On the menu for today we had rosemary garlic loaves, we had a classic loaf left, some English muffins, cookies, and then, the apple cider donuts and the pumpkin spice donuts. And this was the final product. Look how cute everything looks. It's very festive, and yeah, I just love how everything came out. And now we are on to after the stand. So everything was sold out in 15 minutes. I had to put this sign up for anyone who drove by while the pre-orders were still waiting to be picked up. I always grab the cash out. I got this little cash box from Amazon. It's very convenient. I spray painted it green to match the stand and I love it. And we made $100 in cash. We had $40 in Venmo and then $157 in Stripe, which is the payment process method thing that I use for my website. And that brings us to $297 total. I'm so happy. And then we just work on taking down the stand. This part doesn't actually take that long, surprisingly. It takes around maybe 15 minutes. But I just grab all my decorations, we take apart the canopy and roll the farm stand back to the garage. That's the nice thing about the farm stand, it has wheels, so this part is easy. and it fits perfectly in my garage. Please excuse the mess. But yeah, it goes right in there until we need it for the next Sunday and we are good to go. So thank you so much for watching. If you have a farm stand or are thinking of starting a farm stand, I hope you, took any inspiration from this video. Okay, bye!